Doesn't it bother you in the least bit that you have twice now killed the same stuffed animal in very disturbing ways? Oh, hi folks, I'm Matt and welcome to My Expanded Universe, a show where I go through the entire EU in chronological order as best I know how. Folks, I got a short one for you today. Sorry, but I'm grouping a bunch of little short stuff together here that I don't have that much to say about. The first one, I cannot remember if I've talked about it before. It feels like I have, but when I looked over my videos, I couldn't find it. Someone now is going to tell me in the comments which episode it was. I'm going to be like, well, where were you when I needed you? But it's the Wookie Story Book written by Eleanor Earnhardt. Now, in this little short story, it's basically Lumpy going down to the ground level floor of Kashyyyk to find some berries that are his father's favorite, and he's going to make Chewbacca proud because he's a brave little Wookiee and he's going to go brave the depths of Kashyyyk and get these berries for good old dad. Now, believe it or not, this story was actually mentioned in the Black Fleet Crisis trilogy by Michael P. Q. McDowell, which I thought was really cool. I didn't realize that back in the day because I got the Wookie Story Book shortly after. This is one of the books I got shortly after Disney had bought Lucasfilm, because as a lot of you have seen that video now, I predicted that the EU would be dead. It'd be dead and gone. They're not going to keep the EU around. So I immediately stepped up my game to try to grab as much of the expanded universe, little bits and odds and ends as I could. And one of those things was the Wookie Storybook. I'd always seen it, but I was like, oh, that's just a little kiddie book. I'm not going to get it right now. Well, when Disney bought Star Wars, like, okay, I just need to hurry and finish my collection because I think this stuff may be hard to find, which I was right on some of it and wrong on other stuff. I think this Wookie Storybook is still easy to find, I think. I don't know what the price is on it, but I got it for super cheap back in the day and didn't realize that it connected with the Black Fleet Crisis. But I did think that was cool that someone thought that they had to connect their story with a children's book. There is a story behind that, but I'll talk about that when I get to the Black Fleet Crisis in the year 2020. So the next one I want to talk about is a short comic book, Star Wars Tales. It's a short comic strip, actually, and it's called The Hidden. And in this, it's written by Sean Connaught and Scott Morrissey, and Yoda basically destroys an Imperial probe droid who is going through Dagobah. It is very short, it is very pointless, and is it worth your time to read? Not really. I mean, it's just like every other Star Wars tale, just kind of stupid. I mean, there's a little joke at the end, but to me, it really wasn't that big of a deal. The next two I want to talk about are the Star Wars Adventures comic books. I've talked about these. These are the ones that have they have a paperback feel, but it's basically just a short comic book by Dark Horse. I don't know what brought on that kind of manga style comic book issues, but I did enjoy them. Now these two were written by Jeremy Barlow, who I think wrote most of them, if not all of them. No, he wrote most of them. But anyway, one's based off Princess Leia, and that's Princess Leia and the Royal Ransom. Now in this, Han, Chewie, and Leia are on the run from the Empire because they got some secret rebel information, and that's why they're being pursued. And you're thinking, uh-oh, Matt, Royal Ransom, does that mean Princess Leia is going to be kidnapped once again? No, actually, she's not. She's not the princess up for ransom. The princess is Princess Mai, or Me, you know, M-I. And so it's a little short story. It's fun, just like all of these comic books were. It's a fun story. It doesn't have any continuity as far as I know, but it's a little fun story to read. Next up is the Boba Fett story. It's Boba Fett and the Ship of Fear. Now in this one, Boba Fett is trying to find the Reverie because it's rumored to have a lost treasure on there. And of course, Boba Fett can always use more money to throw in his coffers with all his billions of dollars, right? He's richer than George Lucas in the expanded universe, but this is him collecting more treasure, and there's another bounty hunter that's going after him, mainly to seek revenge on Boba Fett, but also to get the treasure as well. As Boba Fett stories go, again, it's okay, it's enjoyable, just like all the Star Wars Adventures comics were. Alright folks, like I said, that's a short one, but I really don't have much to say about any of these, so I wanted to group them together here. See you next time with another video.